I welcome you guys to Angelic Live Talk with Evelor. Listen, this show is life changing. You'll see what I mean. We have best-selling author Jeanne Trantel here with us today. She shared her story about how she thought her husband was going to work every morning. Instead, he was actually robbing banks. So, how was she able to pick up her pieces, her life pieces, and move forward? And how can she become this spiritually grounded person that she is today? We'll find out. So, come with me.
Hi. Oh, it's so great to see you.
Welcome to the show. Yeah.
Thank you.
It just feels so good to be here with you, to hear your story. This is so amazing. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's just something about you that you just, make somebody feel so comfortable. So thank you. You rock.
Aw, thank you. Yeah, so I'm sure you've told the story a lot of times. You've told it on Dr. Phil, CBS News. So many, major networks have talked about your life story. For some people who might have missed it, can you give us like a quick rundown pretty much of like how your life was before, like the pretty perfect American dream life, to this big 360, I don't want to say mayhem, but pretty much it's a shock.
Yeah, I feel like now that I'm speaking out now, it's really about all of us. It's about this can happen to any woman. And that's really why I'm out now trying to help people, is that I thought I had the everyday dream life, and I was, married to my sweetheart and I had two beautiful children, and then one day my life is rocked and it's turned upside down and the house is caved in and I'm filled with fear and anxiety and no hope and despair. And my story is about really rising up, and about that when we think our life has crumbled and we think we don't have any hope, we do have hope. My thing now that I tell people is, if you have to crawl, but get up. Get up. Really get up, because life is about, through adversity is greatness. That's how we all become great, and we know who we are and who we are as spirits.
Spirits in human forms. I want to talk a little bit about your book. I've actually read the whole book. Her book is Disguised Blessings. And she did a really awesome job detailing how everything went down from her childhood to when she met her ex-husband, to the marriage, the beginning of their life together, to the moment where he lost his job and all that stuff that was going on without her knowing. And then to her finding out, actually, in this house, you were here with a few friends and probably family members, I believe, just waiting to see what happened to your ex-husband, because he was missing during the day or something, right?
Yeah, he was missing for 8 hours. Okay,
he was missing for 8 hours, and you guys were here and you got the phone call and you pretty much passed out. So tell us what happened with that phone call that you...
Okay, well, I call it the phone call that changed my life. He was missing for 8 hours, and I called friends, family. I went in my car and I started driving around just to see where he could be. Never ever in my mind, in my reality, or even wrapping my mind around what the call came in and what I was told. I was in total shock. I did not believe it. I started, I kind of collapsed to the floor and started crying.
What did the caller say to you when you picked up the phone?
They said, "We have your husband, Jeanne Trantel. We have him at locked up for robbing fleet banks all over Long Island. And I said, "Did you say a bank robber?" I'm like, "That can't be." But there's like no way that he could be a bank robber. And then the story goes on, unfolds. Yeah.
Definitely, guys, please check out the book, This Guy's Blessings. I mean, the book is so upfront and so honest about everything. And I realized also in the book, you talked about how the police never really confronted you because it seems like they had the phone tapped and had you guys being followed or something. And they knew that she literally was clueless about what her ex-husband was doing during the day. So you made him breakfast every morning, packed up his lunch, thinking that he's taking the Long Island Railroad to Wall Street to work. And
Yes, that's really what happened. He wasn't working for months and months and months, and I had no idea. And I thought he was working every day, so I packed him his lunch and kissed him goodbye. And he went to work, and it was a lie.
so let's talk about the emotional aspect. I know in the book, you talked about how pretty much the whole town were very supportive and everybody helped in ways, miraculous ways. But how were you able to really keep going through all of that, coming from the background of that perfect childhood that you were shielded from this kind of world, but now it's like, emotionally, how are you able to like wake up every day and still stay sane?
Well, I went through extraordinary measures of anxiety. Every day I'd wake up and I had this part of me that just didn't feel like it. Very nervous and not knowing how to actually make it through the day. But really, people are good and people are genuine. And I was so blessed that I had this whole town who rallied around me, who, helped us. I have incredible friends. My family is extraordinary. I have two parents that, thank God, are still here. And they were my rocks, my aunt and my uncle. And I have two great kids too, so they were always just really good babies. I was lucky, but it really made me appreciate and see the blessings that we all have, really. Like it's about all of us, and it's about life, and it's taught me about compassion and about our hearts and what
Oh
we
my
can
God.
do.
I love the part where you said people are good. How beautiful to hear you say that after everything that that someone put you through, and for you to still say that. But then again, you do have that kind of evidence with the neighbors and the family who came and showed you that goodness. So how did you pick up the pieces as far as spiritually, mentally? How did you forgive him? How could you look into his eyes and still remember him as your like ex-husband, someone you were intimate with and someone you really trusted? So how did you forgive him?
Forgiveness to me is a choice, and I say it's a miracle. It's a miracle. It comes from the being, it comes from the heart. It doesn't come from the head. It took me a long time, but every time, like, I walked in the prison to see what he did to himself, you can't not feel bad. It brings tears right now in my eyes of, what he did to his family, but really what he did to himself. And truly, this has been my gift. It's the best thing that's ever happened because it's my spiritual road. It's my path to understanding why and who is God, and how do you evolve here. And it's made me who I am. It's put so much compassion in me, and so much love to actually help other people, and to understand more about what else I can do.
As you're talking, I'm hearing this spirit guidance or divine guidance come to me. As you guys or some of you know, that she's a Reiki master and I'm also a Reiki master, and I do a lot of workshops in New York City, and there's a forgiveness exercise that I've done with a few people. It's been very life changing for them, and I feel guided to kind of share the brief version on this show. But then let's go to the table,
Okay.
and yeah, I'll share that with you guys. It's totally unexpected, but hey, gotta follow divine guidance. Who knows who it's gonna help? So let's get over there. Oh, hey guys, and we're back. You are watching Angelic Live Talk with Evelor, and again, we have amazing best-selling author Jeanne Trantel here with us. So we're gonna play a little bit. I did mention that I'm gonna share a little forgiveness exercise with you. If you feel like you're holding to some traumas from the past, emotional wounds, heartbreaks, you can definitely use this to help you release the old and embrace the new and the delicious. Yes, so you have your paper, and you guys, you can follow along. So if you have plain sheet of paper, you can grab them from your printer, pen. And what we're gonna do, just to give you a little bit of rundown, we're gonna use sacred geometry and numerology. I know this can be a little bit deep for some people, but connect with me on myangeliclife.com if you need more explanation, but I do want to keep the video a little short. So in your paper, you're gonna write your name in the center of it, as it is in your birth certificate. So your full name in the center of the paper. And on each of the four corners of the paper, you're gonna write the number 9. Okay? So 999. Under your name, you're gonna draw an infinity sign, and what it is, it's a 8 sideways. So you draw an 8 like a horizontal 8. Yes, the infinity sign. And under that, under the infinity sign, you write 69.
69.
And on top of your name, you write 777. 37. So let me tell you guys what these mean. I don't know if you can kind of see what it will look like. Okay, so the number 9 signifies completion, closing the chapter. That kind of closing the door. That's everything's done. So we're closing the chapter on all the different aspects of our lives. So that's why we're on the four corners, representing the north, south, east, and west. Also representing like the career, love life, personal, spiritual growth, or whatever you want to work on. The infinity sign is speaking to the universe, letting it be known that all your past history, not just in this lifetime, you as Jeanne, me as Evelor, but as a spirit, we have lived many lifetimes in other planets and anywhere else in the universe, because we are a spirit energy, and you can't, when we pass on, we're not dead. It's just that we transform back to our original form, which is spirit energy. So we have a very large history, thousands of years. So I'm not just like forever 21. I'm really like thousands of years old, and so are you. So all the things in your past that are not pleasant, that you want to let go of. So the infinity sign is representing that. It's representing the totality, or so-called kind of like representing you in all the places you've been and all the lives that you've lived. So you're not just clearing the old baggage in this lifetime, but also in your past, because we also bring on karma from past lives into this present life that we're trying to balance. So 98% of all the patterns we have in our lives that's very repetitive. Like it's you always choose that specific kind of boyfriend, or people at work or something, whatever it is, the story that just keep repeating over with different people. 98% of those are things from your karma, your past life, that you bring on in this current life to try and resolve it. So with this exercise, it's going to help to start clearing some stuff, some of these patterns. So that's what the infinity sign is for. 69, it's not related to sexuality in this exercise, but it's pretty much speaking of, if you look at the 69, how the 6 flows into the 9, and it's kind of like a harmonious flow. So it's really speaking about bringing forward harmony into your life, how everything flows together, not opposite. Whereas 96 they're like opposite from each other, and 69 is together. Yeah, so it's calling this flow of harmony and peace. And the 777 on top of your name, 7 represent perfection, not so much as like everything gotta be perfect, like a typical Virgo. I'm a Virgo, so I know I have the perfectionism bug, but it's the kind of perfect, meaning you're satisfied with it. Your sense of fulfillment. So that's what we're birthing with that set of 777. It's birthing that fulfillment into your life. And why we're not going to do to the full length of it, we can do this after. But for you guys, what you're going to do is you can put some soothing music on and really get into yourself and be honest with all the places where you've rejected yourself, all the places where you blame yourself for the past or for something that happened and you still haven't forgiven yourself. You're going to recall these moments, and then you're going to write a letter to yourself on that paper, which we just energized with sacred geometry and numerology. And you write to yourself, you let yourself know, or your inner child know, that from now on, you're going to be your own best friend. You're going to stand up for yourself and follow your intuition. All these things, you're just going to let it out on the paper. And when you're done, you can fold it and say a prayer of gratitude over it, and then you can rip it and flush it down the toilet or just burn it, whichever way feel safe for you. And if you do burn it, please be cautious. Yeah, so any thoughts about this little exercise? Just wondering.
That's amazing. I've never heard this before, so I'm going to do it. Evelor, you're very, very talented, and I'm very grateful to be here with you. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. But let's talk about also, you do a lot of energy and spiritual work, and you know about this spiritual being called Ramtha. So for the people who don't know about Ramtha, please enlighten us.
Okay. Well, Ramtha, I was turned on to Ramtha, or I met Ramtha about 5 years ago. It is an extraordinary school in Yale, Washington. And it is on acres of just gorgeous, gorgeous land. I call it Holy Land. And Jay-Z is this amazing, amazing woman. I'm actually wearing her earrings right now.
Let me see. Well, nice.
Yeah,
I like the diamond.
Yeah, she's just an extraordinary being who's here to help people. But this is her school, and she channels Ramtha. So she leaves the body, so it's really not her. And then Ramtha, who's this enlightened being who's been here for hundreds of thousands of years and has been back and back and back and on other planets, and is so... When you're ready to work and when you're ready to really release your masks and come into your soul and your purpose here, you go to the Ramtha School. It's that extraordinary. And everybody there who works there, there's this guy, Steve Klein there, who's amazing. He's like the headmaster there. And it's just a really beautiful place. But Ramtha is beautiful. And the school teaches us tools on how to create our own life and how to use our mind to go into the mind of God and it's quite extraordinary, and it's changed my life. It truly, I was on my last really breath, I feel like, of life. I remember one night I woke up and I was crying, and I was like, there's got to be more to life than this. Like, my life for Steve was probably in prison about 4 years, and I still was in this jagged edge of just getting by, and working 5 jobs, and running
You worked
around.
5 jobs.
I have 4 jobs now, but I mean, that doesn't matter. I mean, we all work and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that at all. I'm actually happy I have work. But I knew there's more to life than the jagged edge, just making it and getting by. There's a greater life to live, and that's when I met Ramtha. And I can't tell you how much I love Ramtha. I love the school, and it's just a miracle place.
So you do you meditate and channel Ramtha yourself?
Well, I don't channel Ramtha, no. Ramtha only channels through, one woman. But do I communicate with Ramtha? Yes, I do. And I meditate every morning, just to clear my mind, and just to create my day, really. Because
So anything Ramtha would like to share, like, if you were to kind of telepathically communicate with him, and we definitely invite Ramtha in the video, and thank you for your presence and healing and message to the world. And I've actually heard about Ramtha early in my spiritual awakening, so I know a little bit about him. So anything that you think, Ramtha want to share with us?
well, what Ramtha would say to us is that create your day, be powerful, and really live in your truth.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And what I would say, really, for anybody going through any kind of problems in life. I mean, we all have problems in life, but in our adversity becomes greatness, and just keep going. And if you have to crawl, crawl, but get up and start walking.
Yes. Wow. Be powerful. I like that. I like that because a lot of us are playing small, and we think we're doing it, big, but we can even go further. It's really not hiding behind our fears, behind fear of being judged or criticized, but to really live our truth and expand our essence and share that with the world. So thank you so much. I'm in this state of mind when I'm like really thinking about your story, your journey, but just really learning from you as a spirit is just learning that courage and that just how beautiful you are as a person too, and you just love helping people, and it's just amazing. Thank you so much for coming on our show, Angelic Life Talk. Any last words you want to share with us?
I just thank you so much. This girl rocks. She is such an extraordinary being. I am absolutely in love with her, and she just standing ovation for Evelor and her team. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. And you had, oh my God, we had the makeup artist Kevin Nivek. Shout out to Kevin Nivek. Look at her beautiful makeup. Oh, and my eyes too. He hooked up my eyes. So thank you. We had an amazing team, amazing moment together. I'm hungry. Is there any food? Actually, yeah, you did have lunch, so I'm gonna get some food. I'm hungry now. But guys, thank you so much for watching. You're amazing. You're watching Angelic Life Talk with Evelor. Mwah. Be powerful, okay? 2014 is your year.